Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. Today, as you can see, it is my first decluttering and empties video of the year. If you are new to my channel, I do decluttering videos slash empties collection videos a little bit differently than most people. Instead of going in and looking at my collection as a whole and deciding what I want to declutter, I am sort of always thinking through these things, always thinking about what I no longer want or need in my collection. And then of course my empties accumulate naturally because of my makeup use. And so throughout the year I put these products aside that I have decided to declutter and that I have used up. And then at the end of every 2 months, I show them all together on my channel. So that is what we are doing today. This video is my collection of products that I have decluttered over January and February, and also all of the products that I panned over the course of the last 2 months as well. So yeah, the last video I did like this was at the end of December. I will link that here if you want to see it. But I'm pretty happy with the products that I have to talk about today. I feel like I have quite a few. And honestly, most of them are makeup, which is amazing. A couple declutters, but all that I am very happy about. A lot of these things I didn't think that I would like have the guts to actually declutter. I thought that I would end up keeping them in my collection despite the fact that I didn't like them, but I feel like I've been a little bit more brave about what I'm willing to let go of this year. So let's talk about my empties first. I think we'll do all my makeup empties and then all my makeup declutters, and then we will move on to my skincare, etc. empties and declutters after that. So let's hop into it. Oh, and also I'm wearing a hot pink lip today. I only have one remaining hot pink lip product, which I'm just keeping around because I don't mind it. I don't like hot pink, and I know you guys, some of you at least do, so figured I would wear this color today because I do have a little bit of a pink eye going on at the moment. So let's hop into it. It's pretty remarkable how much makeup I have this round. I think it's the end of the year push and those products that I didn't end up finishing by the end of the year, and then also this sort of like new year fresh start feeling of really wanting to start out on a good foot and get the products out that I'm just not loving anymore. So let's talk about some empties. 2 lip empties. So this one, some of these things I am doing TikTok videos about as well, so make sure you are following me over there. Sometimes I end up making the TikTok video first, sometimes it's the YouTube video that comes first. But this is the Tarte lip paint in Birthday Suit. This is really old, it doesn't smell great, so I was really just trying to pan it, but I love this shade on me. It's either my previous video or the next video, my Project Pan update, where I am wearing this, and I just think it's such a like natural, perfect nude shade on me. I do not need more lip products, so I will not be repurchasing this, but this is like one of my perfect lip colors. I just love how it looks, but I really wanted to get it used up because it was so old. I do have a second one of this, but I didn't manage to finish that one up, so hopefully next time. It is bittersweet because I love it, but I knew that it was time to go. And I think I need to come to that mindset more frequently with products, acknowledging that I do love it, but also acknowledging that everything has a time and place, and when something is expired, it's time. It's just time. And then the other one is this NARS Lippy. I cannot believe that I finished this because, well, partly because I thought that I would be able to use the whole thing. Like I thought it would be sharpening it all the way down, but there's still obviously this little nub left. It took less time than I was anticipating, but I really used this over the past 2 months. I was using it mostly as a blush because it used up very quickly as a blush. It's just very smooth. Like it's so creamy. I have to use so much every time that I use it as a blush. Didn't love it as a lippy, but as a blush, it was a really nice, natural nude pink, very similar to Birthday Suit. Actually, I'm not able to swatch it because there's literally nothing left, but I'm glad that I sort of assigned this to myself so as to finish it because, again, it was smelling a little bit off. Despite the shade and loving it, I knew it was time to force myself to finish it. Let's talk mascara. So we've got 2 mascaras to talk about this time, which is quite unusual, but one is an empty and one is a declutter. This is the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express. I was using this as a brow gel for the last little while just because there was so little left in it, and I actually really miss it because the product that I'm using as a brow gel now it's also a mascara, but it doesn't work nearly as well. Like this, it's just like such a fluffy product, such a like large brush, that it was really good at pushing my brows up, and the one I'm using now is just not. So I have a much less fluffy brow look than I used to, and I much prefer the fluffy brow look. So I miss it. I probably just shouldn't be using the mascara that I'm currently using as a brow gel now. Like it was not meant to be a brow gel. Neither was this, to be fair, but it worked better as a brow gel. So I miss this, but I had it for a very, very long time. And even though I was only using it on my brow, so it wasn't, you know, no bacteria risked the eyes, I knew that it was time to go. So yeah, glad to get another mascara out of my collection. However, I have a friend who decluttered a bunch of makeup products to me just a couple of weeks ago. She's done this before. In 2023, like not even that long ago, she decluttered a bunch of products to me as well. A lot of them I was able to declutter, like I didn't end up keeping them. And I expect it'll be the same with this haul, but it's just, I feel so conflicted about it because I'm like, yes, like I want these new makeup products, which are usually pretty nice, and obviously they're free, and otherwise, like, because a lot of them have been very lightly used, they're probably just going to go in the garbage. So it's better that I use them than that. But I'm still like, ugh, I'm always trying to curate down my collection, and then this is just sabotaging me. But I can't say no. Like I could, but I don't. So she decluttered maybe 4 mascaras to myself and my other friend. So that friend took 1. I took 3. But this one I have decided to declutter because it is brand new. Like it's still got, you know, the packaging, the plastic on it and everything. I've never heard of this brand. It's called Dito, maybe? Yeah, I just have so many mascaras that if one is still brand new and can easily be passed on to someone else who's like not even a friend, but like anyone would be happy to take a free new mascara, then I might as well do that. I don't need to hoard brand new mascaras that I'm not going to get to for like years at this point, you know? Someone can use this sooner than that for sure. Because at least if it was a product like a lip product, I would probably at least get some use out of it straight away, even if it wasn't like my priority. But for a closed mascara, I'm not gonna open this for a long time. Like I just know that. So yeah, the other mascaras I did keep because I couldn't resist it, but maybe I will declutter them in the future. Who knows? I did film a TikTok haul of those secondhand makeup products, so I will try to link that below. I should also mention there were 2 products that I was planning to declutter at the end of 2023. This e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer and this Evermatte Poreless Prime and Perfector from Becca. Don't worry, this is the last time you will see these products on my channel, I think. And yeah, I just wanted to mention them because I'm pretty sure I used them right up until the end of 2023. Like I literally used the primer on New Year's Eve to get ready, you know, so I couldn't have included them in my last Empties video of 2023 because I would have filmed that before. But don't worry, these are both, they're decluttered, they're gone. They were technically done in 2023, but just in case you wanted to know, they're out of my collection. Let's move on to blush now, because I've got 2 blushes that are getting decluttered. I know. This blush roulette has already been very successful. Only one of the blushes I decluttered through the blush roulette, but I've had more of a focus on blush this year in general, and so I'm really trying to use up the products to curate down my blush collection because I haven't focused on that in a while. Last year I focused on lip products, and so I kind of neglected my blush collection because I was using my lip products as blushes most of the time, so I didn't pan any lipsticks in 2023. So let's talk about those 2. This first one is the NYX blush in Bourjois Pig. Actually, both of these I made surprisingly viral TikTok videos. This one I think has like 1.6 million views on there. But basically, it was really, really hard pan. It still is a little bit, but I used tape to remove it. It was super effective. But when I have used it after that, every time it just gets hard pan again. So I'm just not really having a ton of luck with this. Let me see if I can show you the blush getting hard pan. And that happens regardless of if I'm using my fingers or a brush. Because in the TikTok, people are like,
this is what happens when you use your fingers in a blush.
I'm not using my fingers in this blush on a regular basis. Like I'm just doing it to swatch the blush. It is super hot pink, but I do have other hot pink blushes. I don't know if you can even see that. This is an awkward angle. and I don't love this formula. I've had it for so long, and the fact that it's getting hard pan every time I use it doesn't bode well. So I was like, you know what? It's time to say goodbye. I'm shocked. I was shocked when I came to that decision that I was actually physically able to declutter it. I didn't think I had that sort of resolve, but this is gone, and I'm really, really glad about that. No regrets on decluttering this last month. And then the other one is this Milk Blush. Now, I talked about this in my Project Pan update, which is either last week's video or will be next week's video, but I depotted the blush into this little container because when I screwed it all the way up to see how much was left, it just got stuck like that, which we don't love, but I was able to depot it. And then from here, I tried to use it as lip product, blush, even eye shadow a little bit, or like an eye balm. I don't know what you would call it because it's kind of like a creamy formula, but I just didn't like it, and I was not able to find a way to make it work despite all of my attempts. I really gave it quite a bit of time, and I thought that I was going to end up panning this, like that was my plan. But then one day I was just like, why am I doing this? I really don't like this product. I really don't like the way it looks. I gotta stop. And so I decided to say goodbye to it. So this is decluttered. So we've got 2 blushes out of my collection. Incredible. Really happy to see my blush collection getting more curated and more minimal. And hopefully by the end of the year, it will be even more so in that direction. I'm excited to see where the blush roulette goes. Okay, and then we've got 2 declutters. One is this lipstick. This is a liquid lippy in the shade LAX by ColourPop. Also, this was in my Project Pan, and I had said that I would be using this up by the end of February. Yeah, basically if I want to get rid of a product, but I also want to get more use out of it, a good in-between is to give myself a limited period of time during which to use it, and then telling myself that after that point, I'm going to declutter it. So that's what I did with these 2 products. I gave myself until the end of 2023. Whereas with this lippy, I just told myself end of February, that's when it's leaving my collection, because it has changed. The formula has changed. It smells kind of funny, and I don't love it as much anymore. So I just wanted to get a little bit more use out of it, and that would be sufficient for me. So I did. End of February was my deadline, and yeah, it's leaving now. So goodbye, but highly recommend doing this. Setting personal expiration dates for your products that are just kind of arbitrary, but make sense for you. And then the final makeup declutter is this eyeliner from Wet n Wild. This is Color Icon. I'm pretty sure this is the one that in the brown shade I'm panning. Like that's the one that I have been trying to finish for a very, very long time. But this one, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. It looks like a little bit dusty on the end. It is really hard to pick up. Like this is me applying it usually. If I actually wanted something to show up, I would have to press quite hard, and I don't want to be doing that on my eye. It's also like a weird sparkly black, which is just like not sure if you're gonna be able to tell. That's not what I want in my eyeliner. If it's a black eyeliner, I want it to be black. I don't want it to also have sparkles. Sparkles go on the lid. Like that is an eyeshadow thing. For me, that's very different. And then the final, I'm not sure if this counts as a makeup product, but this is a lip balm empty. So like makeup / skincare, I think. So this is the Blistex Mint Lip Balm. This my partner and I shared. He like bought a bunch of lip balms for whatever reason. We've tried to slowly work through them. I've been teaching him about Project Pan. I'm like, you focus on one product, you get through it, and then you move on to the next one. He's slowly picking it up. But yeah, we got through this Blistex one. It was fine. I don't like it. It was a lip balm, you know? I'm not gonna dig the product out inside because that would require me sticking my finger into a container to apply lip balm, like once I depotted it, and I am not about that. I don't like doing that. So we've moved on to the next lip balm. This was fine. I don't think it's cruelty free, so would not repurchase. It does say it says SPF though, so that's something. Wow, okay, those were all of the makeup products. That's gotta be more than half the video, right? Like, I feel as if I usually just have a couple of makeup products and then everything else is like skincare, hair care, body care. But today, I mean, I do have those products, but not as many. Today is mostly makeup, which I'm really pleased about. Let's talk about this one first. This is the KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub with 10% AHA from First Aid Beauty. I had heard so much about this, and then I got it as a sample from a Sephora purchase, and I tried it out. I really don't like the scent of this. It smells like something expired. Like, it smells like my other products that are extremely expired that I don't use anymore. But like, I think it's supposed to smell like that because it's a weird product. It's got intense stuff in there. It's got like pumice. I don't think it says what's in here, but I like looked it up. And it's got all of these intense skincare ingredients which remove KP. Like, that's the whole point. Wow, it's so bright. It's such a beautiful day right now. I'm about to go outside, and I also just put contacts in. So that's probably why things look so stunning. I'm about to go see Tenet tonight. I'm so excited. This is my favorite Christopher Nolan film. Total side note, but it came out during COVID, and so I got to see it twice, but like, I would have preferred to see it a third time. It just wasn't out in theaters long enough. And so for the last 3.5 years, I have been praying. I knew at some point they would bring it back to theaters, but I've been praying that at some point they would soon, because I have it on DVD, but I've held off on watching it on DVD because I'm like, I can't watch it on like a 6-foot screen or whatever, you know, like, it's my eyeballs deserve better than that, you know what I mean? So I've held off, and finally seeing it again tonight, and then I'm seeing it again on Monday, and I'm also seeing Dune tomorrow night. And then next week so I'm working at a film festival, like out of town. And on Wednesday I don't want to like give away which festival I'm working for, but yeah, so my entire like Thursday to Sunday is going to be entirely like watching movies and attending a film festival and taking part, and I'm so excited. So it's just going to be like a very, very movie heavy week, and I can't wait. Anyways, okay, yeah, so I have keratosis pilaris, or like chicken skin, on the back of my arms, and I think that this actually worked. I think it did. I'm not positive. I should have done like before and after, but I think I'm going to purchase the full size of this. I'm really glad to have had a sample, because otherwise I don't think I would have like had the nerve to purchase a full size product without having even tried it and knowing if it worked. So I do love samples for that reason. But yeah, I think the full size is like $50 or something. But if it works, it's worth it. I will hold out for the Sephora sale though to get a little bit of a discount. Anyways, I finished this little sample. I just wanted to talk about it even though it's a sample because it influenced me to purchase the actual product. Okay, some more skincare. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. This was the birthday gift from Sephora last year, or one part of it, and I loved this. But it's just so tiny. Like, I use this up so quickly, and also you can't get everything in there. Can you see how there's still like a little bit of product left? And this was after me like turning it on its side for a while and picking it up by like scooping it on the side. Oh, it can actually get a little bit there. I don't like that it's so hard to get the product out, you know what I mean? So I would consider purchasing this in the future. I know it's quite expensive, but I really did like it. Again, this is how they get me. Like, this is the only reason why I will buy high-end products if I have tried them first, for the most part. Like, this is why Sephora needs to do samples again, because they will get me that way. They will get my money. If I haven't tried something first, I'm probably not going to spend the money on it. Anyways, I like these, considering purchasing them. Yeah?
Turkish coffee?
Sure. Okay, let's do one more skincare product, and then let's talk hair. So this is the Pacifica Rose Flower Hydro Mist. I kind of thought that I finished this at the end of 2023, but I guess it was early days in 2024. The sprayer was broken on this, so it just sprayed in a straight line. Like, this is supposed to be an all-over face mist, but I couldn't spray it at my face for fear of it going directly into one of my eyes. So instead what I would do is spray it into my hand and then sort of pat it all over my face. So yeah, I just use this as like an essence in the mornings before I applied moisturizer and sunscreen, and I liked it. It smells really lovely, as all Pacifica products do, but the fact that it had like faulty packaging, and I don't really know if this did anything. It was just like an overall pleasant effect. Probably not worth the $20 price tag, or, you know, however much this cost. So those were the skincare products that I finished over the past 2 months. Let's talk about hair, because I've actually got 2 hair care products that I'm really happy to have finished. Well, one of them I'm happy to have finished, not the other one. This first one is in my Plan to Pan series for 2024. It is the Macadamia Natural Oil Healing Oil Treatment, and I like this, but I just don't really think I need a hair oil. It's the kind of thing that, like, I will use it if I have it, but it's just not necessary to me. So I probably won't repurchase them in the future. If someone declutters one to me, or if I'm like gifted one, that's a different story. But This is just not worth purchasing. It took me so long to get through. Like, I've probably had this for a decade, and it's oil, so it didn't go bad. It still smelled lovely, but don't need this taking up space in my life by choice. The next one is this Batiste Instant Hair Refresh. This was a little mini dry shampoo. This I think I got from Buns. I'm always trying to find dry shampoo on Buns because this brand is not cruelty free, and it's very good, but I wouldn't purchase it because of that. And I have extremely oily hair, so I use quite a bit of dry shampoo, although I have been using less in recent months because I've been doing more of like the slick back hair look, which I honestly think looks kind of disgusting because it just looks like I have extremely oily hair, which I do, but hey, it's in, so if I can get away with it, why not? Yeah, I think I have like one more of these. I need to start looking for my next one because I need more dry shampoo. I'm talking really fast because I don't have much time before we have to leave, and I'm also very excited. But the final product in today's video is this Essie multidimensional top coat. This is as gold as it gets, and I'm so sad about this, but it is time to declutter because it has dried up. I really like top coats or just like nail polish products that just have like a little bit of shimmer so that you can sort of switch up your manicure by adding a little bit of that color, or even if you don't, oh, my nails look pretty bad right now. I need to redo them. You know, if you don't want to do your nails but you want to have a little something, then you put this on, and it's very easy to retouch because it's so, yeah, there's like nothing left, so I can't really show you. It's so sheer that it's not going to be obvious if it chips, you know what I mean? But this did unfortunately dry up. I used to love this one. I did just get a couple new nail polishes recently from Buns, one of which I have been wearing nonstop. That is this one I'm wearing today. But yeah, I've started to declutter my old nail polishes because I have a lot that are in the situation, just like very dried up. I forgot, but I also finished this. This is actually an essential oil. You can't really tell. It's for like one of those diffusers, but I actually use this directly on my skin. I put a little bit on my forehead like this when I'm getting a headache. If it's a very slight headache, this really, really helps. Obviously, I will take painkiller if it's real bad, but if I'm just like tired or if it's not that bad, I find this very soothing and cooling. But that is it. Those were all of the products. Wow, super successful makeup empties and declutters this month, I think. I am really pleased. Sorry, my partner just brought me Turkish coffee. I've been trying to learn Turkish for a while now. Kahve Türkçe seviyorum. Çok seviyorum. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's talk about a book that I've been reading lately. Okay, I read Fourth Wing. I also read Iron Flame. I'm so sorry, Shauna, if you are watching this. Shauna recommended them to me, but it wasn't just her. A lot of people have been loving them. I've been seeing them all over Goodreads. If you don't know, this is this like romantasy genre series, basically about like Dragon University, and there's like enemies, and it's like this dystopian world that's kind of reminiscent of like the Hunger Games or something similar to that. I didn't like them. Some parts I liked. I liked the world building. I thought that part was really interesting and the magic was fleshed out, like the world of the dragons, but I thought the series was so badly written. I really struggled to get through the second one. I liked the romance, but I hated the way that it was written. I hated that like melodramatic, over the top, extremely like YA way of writing. You know what I mean? Like I like YA. I've realized if it's like a mature writing style. Harry Potter and the Hunger Games both work for me, despite being like YA and fantasy, because they're written in a way that like anyone would be able to read. It's not like specific to young adults, whereas Fourth Wing and a lot of other YA books, they're very much catered to that like reading and writing style, and I don't like it. I can't take it seriously. I just end up like rolling my eyes. So I read the first two. I will not be continuing. I'm glad that I read them so I can like be part of, you know, the conversations, cultural conversations happening around this series, because it is so popular. They're probably going to turn it into a movie, to be honest, or a TV series. But I didn't like them, and I will probably tell people to steer away from them unless they really like, they know that they like this kind of fantasy and this like writing style. But if you like fantasy, if you know fantasy that is like maturely written, please recommend that to me, because that I'm sure I will like. But that is it for today's video. I'm worried this camera is going to turn off at any moment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next week.